Yo, normally I have these intros where I'm like, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy back again with another. Nope, we coming straight for the neck on this one. We coming straight for the Yeezy on this one. So much so that I know you've probably been listening thus far. I'm turning on my noise removal. That is right. Removing the noise. Because I need to talk to you real quick. I need you to understand something from me, and I think it's something that we don't really value as important in certain scenarios, and I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting real tired of it. I'm sitting here consuming other people's content, and I'm seeing like what's popping, and I'm seeing like there's something just so fucked up about the scenarios that we have to discuss because people don't know when to shut the fuck up. And I was starting to like make this whole thing about just that. Just here's a couple lessons on when to shut the fuck up in the middle of a situation. Here's not everything needs your input, not everything needs your, stepping stone, not everything needs your white empowerment, not everything needs your. And then I thought to myself, for the longest time now, I've kind of prided myself on staying out of things that I don't know about. That means if we're talking foreign affairs or how to make the perfect mango, like I don't talk about things that I don't know about, nor do I don't give a shit about. So I was wondering why other people weren't following that philosophy the same way, and what like I could say that could possibly, for lack of a better phrase, yes, shift the paradigm. What could I say that would allow people to be held accountable for trying to, I don't know, make a statement at the God damn it, this is why scripts are so important, not just little guidelines. What would be the given circumstances in which one would engage in a topic that has nothing to do with them for the sake of like forsaking their friends? You feel me? Like, what's the point in purging your people for a position? That's a bar. What's the point? Who are you trying to get noticed by? That's what I used to start these streams out on, and that's why I wanted to return to form for this one. I used to ask questions like that. I used to ask the why. And then I find myself on panels and in discussions where we're asking how. Which is, nobody asking why. Because once you ask why, people who have no idea what they're talking about crumble. What do you mean by that? Why? And to me, it's like, if you don't have an answer to the why and you just have a bunch of complaints about who and how, maybe this isn't for you. And I really mean this as maybe this isn't for you. Maybe this isn't the position that you should be taking. Maybe this isn't the conversation that you should be having. And maybe it's just best if you don't say anything at all. But if I go in that direction, that's silencing people's voices. I mean, sure, whatever, man. Freedom of speech, right? Nobody can stop you. But if I could foretell you the consequences of your actions long before you even come up with a thought, maybe there's something you got to look into, because as far as I'm concerned, I ain't missed yet. And I've been doing this for a long time. I have a catalog of things that I keep going back to with my chat sometimes when I talk about certain things. Like, look at me 2 years ago talking about it. Look at me three years ago talking about it. Look at me a year ago talking about it. I just brought this up in another video 6 months ago. If you suddenly change pace, and I guess this could go like even further towards people like Anna Kasparian and etc. But I don't want to talk about right-wing shifts, because sometimes it's not about shifting from left to right, especially in certain conversations. Sometimes it's just about, yo, where the fuck does the money come from? And that's what led me to this discussion on orbiters. And that's what I want to bring to you as my main thesis of this video. Orbiters. The kings of the castle who kind of, I don't know, create dialogue that people react to as opposed to anything else. And it's very funny that within the React meta, so to speak, there's a lot of like, you can look at certain people's YouTubes and you can see like they talk about news and they like react to certain videos and like there's like mad in-depth conversations between them and chat and everything. And then there are some people who just literally re-upload the video with their face on it. But then there's this league of people who kind of just exist within the flow. They react to other people, not real content creators, not straight, you know, like, they react to people reacting, if that makes sense. Oh, this is your take on that situation? How could you say that? I spent 3 hours breaking it down, listening to a panel and saying, but you make no sense, da-da-da, this and that. Most of you are quick to chime in, those are the debate bros. No, it extends a lot further. I think that this category that I'm currently in, just chatting, has hit a formative wall, so to speak. There is no longevity that I see when it comes to thinking about yourself as different from other people when you exist in this category. Sure, you can play games. Sure, you can do commentary. Sure, you could do this. Sure, you've got a whole bunch of ideas about that. Maybe you could watch some fighting games. You could diversify it. But at the end of the day, it's hello, dude or dudette or person at talking. So I started to ask myself more and more, okay, so if there's really no differential, then there's really no sake in like trying to be like somebody else and throwing away your established position or community just to be that other person. Orbiters. Those who recognize that they might have a better in and that there are more viewers talking about this certain thing than there are about the thing they're interested in. So they dip their toe into it, their viewership goes up a little bit, and boom, it starts to snap. If I do it once and it pop, I'm gonna have to keep doing that shit. You don't become a fucking artist, you become a song. Skibbity toilet. Yeah, we're making the comparison. But my thing with the orbiters is, sure, you can emulate, you can copy, you can emulate, you can be inspired by, you can recreate, mix up. But trying to mix up a person who speaks is just you effectively parroting what they say. You either agree with them or you don't. You either agree with them or you don't. There is no content generation. There is no thought outside of that person's content being the thought. Does this make sense? I feel like sometimes it doesn't make sense when I explain it that way. So let's put it to you this way. If a streamer that was really popular, maybe let's say gets 100,000 every time they stream, if they decided to read The Alchemist just randomly, would more people be interested in the book or the reason why that person is streaming reading the book? We have created an entire subgenre of creators who believe all they have to do is read the book. Because that's what the other people are doing. They're reading the book. They're not the people who read the book and then sit down with their chat and analyze their own thoughts. They just read the book. That is that is the reason why people would throw away their fucking like friends for this shit. That's why people orbit around people who have already made it. Because there's no other There's no other realm in which you're different. And some of you, to be honest, just real shit, because we can all just admit it, some of you don't got the artistic talent to carry yourself into that space and still be yourself. No, you want to host your own thing. Oh, but Paradigm, you hosted your own panel. Yeah, and it wasn't a shit fest. Imagine that. Did I do it for the views, or did I do it because I said I wanted to make a high quality production show on Twitch from this room? I did it. I wrote this in the back of a hotel closet just to show you that I could do it. Just to show you that there ain't much to it. And I don't fault certain people for that. And I certainly wouldn't scoff at their growth. I certainly wouldn't scoff at their growth in a way that makes this sound like sour grapes. But it seems to me that everybody who follows this path hits a wall. So now they are instituting this almost Fermi paradox-like existence where it is popular to siphon off the direct content of a higher streamer and just show that to your audience. It is insane to me that nobody says, yo, if my name is XQC or I'm Hassan Piker, I'm just gonna peruse some user created content the day before or have my mods look at things. Or if we watch your stream, somebody will hit you. If we watch your video on stream, somebody will hit you up in the next 3 days to be like, yo, we watched your stream. We watched your video on stream. Would you like a shout out? We could put you on the wall for a month or whatever. Here, check out this creator. We could pin your name to the top in the list of creators, or we could just send you like $30. We'll send you $30 to watch your video on stream. $10, fuck it, $10. And Hassan maybe spends $120 a stream. He gets literally gifted like $750 worth of gift subs every fucking day. So it's like the users could chip in at the top of the hour. They're just answers. There are already, and that's what I mean about the practicality of orbiting, is that nobody in any of the videos that I'm watching don't even present fucking solutions. Like, how quick is it to make a 2-minute video and be like, hey, here's a thought. Here's a thought. But no. Instead, we're gonna bicker back and forth. We're gonna create hour-long videos explaining why other people are wrong about their position and then provide no solutions. Just why would you think that? You can't make a video based on what do you mean by that? Because you, the person who's making the video, if it's not a Mr. Beast video, if it's not a music DJ video, if it's something that requires you to express a thought and there's nothing in front of you you're reacting to, do not make a video on what do you mean by that? Because how are you framing that? How did you hear it? How did you listen to it? If we sat there word for word, ball for ball for every video you ever reacted to, would you be able to come up with a comprehensive thought in your own? Or would you just be spilling out whatever the chat say? Or... And it's like, it's 2023. And I absolutely understand that there was a burst of creators that came onto the scene. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's a perfect example. Why are we doing the YouTube segment? Literally in the middle of the YouTube segment. I watch some streamers not for their reaction, but so they can react for me, because otherwise my own reaction would be pure apathy, as if I only care because they do. because that's what you choose to spend your time on. And that's why I'm trying to separate this world really quickly of people who are on YouTube and people who stream. You have two sets of different responsibilities because you are accountable for every second that you are online. If you like, that's why I never like, that's why I wish Hassan opened up a little bit more about the other side of being a streamer who is locked in a location and is popular. The death threats must be crazy. And I know that must be affecting you. And I'm just like, damn, bro, can somebody gift you 1,000 subs so you could just take a day off? Go to a different part of the fucking country. Tell nobody. Just dip. Just dip. Where are the systems of support that exist within these people's lives if they're so rich? My question is, what are you making us care about? You think somebody got a take wrong, so you're gonna sit there for an hour and a half and really dive into why it's wrong? Can you explain it to me within 5 minutes or nah? Can you provide me with a solution or nah? And I know that's a lot to ask out of people who are entertainers, but then they get upset when people disagree with them. So what the fuck did you put the opinion out there in the first place for? And that's why I can't rock with big streamers who open their mouths once every 45 days to be like, hey, if you're doing a streamathon or a subathon, and that's not really healthy. And you know, I know, like, I thought you said whatever it takes. I thought we was the Avengers. Whatever it takes. Just like with fucking COVID. I thought, when the Avengers said whatever it takes, y'all was down when it was the Avengers said whatever it takes, but when it come to COVID, have a little cognizance. It's like somebody going into it's like somebody going into a fucking music stream, going into Night Beats' stream, going into Night Beats' stream and saying, so what do you think about trans people? Banned instantly, right? You're gonna sit there and be like, oh, I tried to type in trans in her chat and she banned me. Look at that thing, silence everybody. Place and time. No tact. I don't understand how you people aren't people. Do you not have like, do you not hang out with niggas? Like, I'm really trying to figure out who your friend circle is. What do y'all talk about? What are your interests? What are your interests? What can you create? And to throw your friends away for certain opinions, now we're going back to like people in my size and my bracket of streaming. You want to act like Destiny? You want to act like Vosh? Enjoy that. You want to do YouTube? You get to control your own narrative. You get to splice and edit and chop down. Live streamers, you can't do that. So whatever you choose to stream that day, just like I'm choosing to stream this, is exactly what your audience takes away at the end when you hear Hassan is streaming. That's exactly what your viewers take away from it, is whatever you chose to talk about. That's why I don't give a fuck about the React meta. If 20,000 niggas want to watch a show with a person they find popular and interesting, and they want to put it on in the background, yeah, yes, for all intents and purposes, yes. Certain things, yes, absolutely, are taking away a bunch of viewers. But you're not getting the conversation, you're not getting the eyes, you're not getting the consistency. Think of it as trial runs. Now, I obviously understand for smaller creators, and I put a video out quite literally before this one called I Think Nick Is Not Green Got It Wrong, in which I explain how wrong this thought process is. But for me personally, I don't give a fuck, because I'm not creating content of the React nature. I'm trying to get people to see me and react to my things. I want to create conversation starters. If you orbit somebody, you will never create conversations. That's why I get dulled out watching some people's streams, because it's like, bro, you paywalling free content? You talking about somebody else's video? I could just watch this on my own and mold on my own time. I gotta gift a sub so I don't see ads? Who lied to you? Who told you you were special? Who told you you were God's gift? I'm gonna tell you right now. Them motherfuckers lied, bro. Them motherfuckers lied to you. And I almost feel sorry for you. I almost feel sorry for you. Just being a carbon copy clone of somebody is ridiculous when you got me right here. It's ridiculous when you got me right here. You gonna make a bunch of statements and then be like, bro, are you still my friend? Like, thanks for putting me in that position. I told you everything starts with a conversation. Now you mentioned me on stream, one of your viewers happens to fuck with me, they come in the chat and they be like, you know, Greatcraft mentioned you, and boom, automatically it starts. Yeah, I said names. All of a sudden, Gremlo watching you, boom, now I'm in trouble. All of a sudden, Left Flank Vents watching you, boom, I'm in trouble. All of a sudden, Rhizome watching me, boom, I'm in trouble. But I have to stay beholden to the idea that if I don't sound like the next Hassan, if I don't sound like the next Destiny, if I don't sound like the next Bosch, if I don't sound like the next this, if I don't sound like the next that, niggas don't fuck with it. So what am I to do? Orbit like y'all? Make the same points like y'all? Talk about the same things? My chatters already get that from other places. I'm not new. I'm sorry, I'm new. All these ideas and shit have been established long before me in the realm of the marketplace of ideals. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? But then you're not allowed to talk about it because, as Demented Game Show host just said, sometimes I don't care about whatever it is you're watching. At least now I get your opinion on whatever it is you're watching. Oh, I didn't know Stardust and Banana Head were beefing. Oh, damn, they said that? That's crazy. I guess I could put you on while I smoke and laugh at the absurdity. Oh, well, I guess I have a funny ass story to tell somebody tomorrow at the water cooler. Now go to the water cooler and talk to them about what I just said. You're going to end up talking about your friends and how much they, like, you're going to start analyzing your friend group and, like, seeing who's really giving and who's taking. You getting older, you got to make the transition into the world at large, and you're only going to have a few friends left. So you hit up one of your friends and you be like, yo, like, let me talk to you real quick. I just wanted to ask you, I know a lot's been going on, but are you okay with the fact that I'm trans? And they're like, you know, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm actually not. And it's like, oh shit, I was going to invite you to my wedding. See how the world changes in a second? All starts with a conversation. Maybe you should try having those conversations with actual people instead of your own brains, because it's just going to spiral you down further and further into just saying weird shit and doing weird shit. I've seen people who need to be on their meds streaming, talking that jaja juju. Don't do it to yourself. And if you see success from it and you're making $100,000, good on you. I hope it was worth it. I'm the Paradigm Shift, and I'll see you in the next one. This isn't my end screen.